Team USA draws the lowest attendance. How's it feel? This had some observers wondering if the presence of Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese would have the stands packed for Team USA. According to the Olympics official website, Team USA's win over Japan only drew 13,040 fans, which was the lowest attended game. Dawn Staley said Clark's chances of making the team would have been a lot higher if she and her fellow committee members were selecting the roster today rather than several weeks ago.
Stephen A. Smith just revealed shocking information about Team USA basketball. Is it really possible that Caitlin Clark was left off of the Olympic roster? Is this the same Caitlin Clark who has been setting records and lighting up the WNBA? Smith did not mince words. And now the question on everyone's mind is, did Team USA just commit the biggest error of the year? For a moment, let's speak about Caitlin Clark. Have you noticed her recent actions? Not only is this girl talented, she's also altering the game. Clark was lighting up scoreboards and smashing records left and right while he was a college student. The fact is, though, that it goes beyond simple math. It's all about her play, the energy she exudes, and the way she's made women's basketball a hot topic. Sure, she was great in college, but can she hang in the pros? Is probably what's on your mind right now. Let me tell you something, Caitlin Clark isn't just hanging around, she's killing it. She's been packing arenas like it's no big deal ever since she joined the WNBA. An average of more than 16,000 people attend each game. That is not only excellent, but it is league-leading play. However, it improves even further. Do you recall this year's WNBA All-Star Game? It was not only well-liked, but also broke records. This equates to 3.4 million viewers. That is a 300% rise over the previous year. Is that really true? And who was in the center of all that excitement, you ask? Yes, Caitlin Clark. Let's now consider this in context. Not only is Clark drawing large crowds, but she's also attracting the kind of attention that elite NBA players typically receive. We're talking about sold-out arenas, soaring TV ratings, and constant buzzing on social media. It appears as though everyone is drawn to her every time she steps onto the court. This is where the interesting part starts. How on earth is it possible that Team USA didn't want Caitlin Clark on their Olympic roster with all of this excitement, all of the buzz, and all of the records being broken? It's like choosing to take the bus when you have a Ferrari in your garage. When Stephen A. Smith stated Caitlin Clark is box office, he got it exactly right. Whether you like it or not, it matters. He's correct too. Being a great player in the modern game involves more than just what you do on the court. It all comes down to the thrill you create, the audience you draw, and yes, the money you can bring in for the sport. Consider it. The main goal of the Olympics is to display the greatest of the best. It's about assembling athletes who can both compete at the top level and draw attention from around the globe. Furthermore, nobody in women's basketball is drawing as much attention as Caitlin Clark at the moment. Let's now discuss Team USA's recent results in international tournaments. You may believe that they have been in control for a long time. Not quite though, they've experienced some shocking losses as well as some near misses. Do you recall the FIBA World Cup 2019? Team USA came in 7th place. The 7th. Not only is that depressing, but it should serve as a warning. This is where things get really interesting though. There is more to the struggles than wins and losses. It matters who is watching and how they are playing. Let's examine their first round matchup with Japan from the most recent tournament. Are you prepared to do this? Just 4,500 fans came. It's not a misprint. 4,500 supporters of Team USA. Is it really true? Perhaps you're thinking, maybe that's normal for these games? At this point, nope. Not even near. They were packed in with other games in the same tournament. China and Spain, there were 27,000 and 21,000 people present. Isn't that more the case? Even with their immense celebrity, Team USA was unable to pack a high school gym. What is happening here then? Is this Team USA roster incomplete, or is it simply a case of bad luck? Let's dissect it. There's no denying their talent. However, upon closer inspection, some gaps become apparent. They lack that special player who can light up social media, attract large crowds, and dominate on the court. Who do you think could cover that? Yes, Caitlin Clark. We are discussing a player who is a game changer in addition to being excellent. She is the type of player who, in a way we haven't seen in a long time, draws attention and ignites passion for women's basketball among fans. Consider it. In sports, the Olympics are the biggest stage. The world is watching, and it's where legends are created. Additionally, Team USA got the chance to highlight one of the most promising young players in the competition. However, they decided against it. It would be equivalent to choosing not to use a secret weapon. Stephen A. Smith accurately stated, Team USA's low attendance, especially compared to other teams, is embarrassing and reflects poorly on the selection committee for not including marketable players like Caitlin Clark. He is discussing more than just packing seats. He is discussing lost chances. On that Olympic court, picture Caitlin Clark. Imagine her putting the crowd on their feet, threading the impossible pass, and making those amazing long-range shots. That's the kind of energy that Team USA is currently lacking. That player has the ability to fill those empty seats with enthusiastic patrons. Let's now discuss the true problem at hand, which is marketing. Marketing matters in everything. Promotion matters in everything, and you're not going to get around that, said Stephen A. Smith. And he really hit the mark. He's not just talking trash, he's highlighting a significant opportunity that Team USA has squandered. Consider it. It takes more than just medals to win at the Olympics. Their goal is to raise public awareness of sports while showcasing the world's top athletes. And nobody in women's basketball is creating more buzz right now than Caitlin Clark. Recall the attendance figures we discussed before? With Clark leading the way, the Indiana Fever are drawing an average of more than 16,000 spectators per game. Not only is that a good result, but it's 4,000 better than the next closest team. Imagine the excitement she could create for Team USA. However, it goes beyond simply packing seats. It's all about building a worldwide brand. This was figured out years ago by the NBA. They sent their most marketable stars, not just their best athletes, to the Olympics. Do you recall the Dream Team? It was important to spread basketball fever all across the world, not just to win gold. With women's basketball, Team USA now had the opportunity to accomplish the same thing. They had the opportunity to present Caitlin Clark on the biggest sporting stage. Picture the highlight reels, the excitement on social media, and the new fans who tune in to check out the fuss. You cannot purchase exposure like that. However, they are losing out as a result. They're passing up sponsorship opportunities, higher viewership, and merchandise sales. They're passing up the opportunity to convert infrequent viewers into ardent followers, and that's a costly error in the modern world where attention is valuable. But isn't it just about the best players, one may wonder? Indeed, talent counts. However, star power is also important in international competition. It's about fielding a team that can win over people's hearts and minds globally, in addition to winning games on the court. It is clear to Stephen A. Smith. He is considering more than just the upcoming match or competition. His thoughts turn to women's basketball and its future. He is considering ways to develop the sport, attract more participants, and make it a worldwide sensation. And Caitlin Clark steps in at this point. She's a walking, talking, three-point shooting marketing machine in addition to being a fantastic player. She is the type of player who has the ability to enchant others with the game. She was simply benched by Team USA. So why was Caitlin Clark left off of Team USA's roster? Let's dissect it. While Clark is still young and playing internationally is a completely different ballgame, some argue that it's all about experience. Some contend that it's a matter of team dynamics. Perhaps they believe she doesn't belong in this system. The question is, however, do those justifications justify passing on a player who is revolutionizing the game? Let's now discuss Clark's playing technique. On the court, have you seen her? She is a playmaker as well as a scorer. She can hit shots from anywhere, and her passing is phenomenal. Imagine that level of inventiveness in a global play where all possessions are valued. Clark might be the spark that ignites the offensive fire for Team USA. However, Clark represents more than just what she is capable of. She represents women's basketball's future. Not only is her absence from the team a loss for the present, but it's also a loss for future development. Clark's chances would have been higher if the selection had occurred later. Coach Don Staley even stated, "That's a strong indication that something has to be adjusted. What then is the remedy? Perhaps it's time for Team USA to make some changes. What if they began to consider factors other than experience alone? What if they took into account the game's potential for growth, marketability, and star power? It's important to adjust to the shifting environment rather than discarding the outdated system." Experts are offering their opinions, and they're not keeping quiet. Some claim that Clark's arrival could significantly alter Team USA's performance. Gaining supporters is just as important as winning games. Clark possesses an amazing talent for igniting passion for women's basketball. That's precisely what you want from an Olympic team, isn't it? Consider it, there's a world stage in the Olympics, a chance to showcase the finest of the best to the world. And among the brightest stars in basketball right now is Caitlin Clark. Clearly, it's like leaving your best player off the field in the championship game when she's not in the lineup. But this is where things get really interesting though. This goes beyond a single player or one competition. It has to do with women's basketball in general and Team USA's future specifically. How can we ensure that the team we field is not just exceptional but truly memorable? How can we make sure that Team USA is winning hearts as well as games? Think of Caitlin Clark as the captain of Team USA. Imagine the highlights, the excitement on social media, and the new viewers who are tuning in from all over the world. A player like Clark can make an impact similar to that. It's about expanding the game internationally, not just about what occurs on the court. The crucial question now is, how does Team USA strike a balance between innovation and tradition? How do they embrace the new talent that's changing the game while also paying respect to the system that has helped them succeed? They must find this difficult balance if they hope to maintain their position at the top.